Hello? Uh, 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 uh.
The most powerful incantation catalyst on a new game run. But most of these benefits, I think, misrepresent incantation builds as too complicated, which can drive people away from getting too invested in what you can do. A secondary focus in Arcane is obviously far from necessary. It's not often the linchpin of a good incantation build, it just kinda helps every now and then. In reality, you're probably gonna have a much easier time leveling yourself for incantations than you would sorceries, simply because of the stat requirements for sacred seals are much friendlier on average. The highest any seal is ever going to ask of you is 40 faith, whereas sorcery builds are being whacked over the head by stabs that demand your intelligence be stacked into the 50s before you've even cleared Rhea Lucaria. Even when considering individual spells, sorcery still loses on this front, because the highest stat requirement for any incantation so far is 50 faith. You have in-game spells like Placidus Axe's Ruin and Scarlet Aeonia that both fall into the mid-30s, while Black Blade and Death Lightning have a slightly higher requirement of 46 and 47, which is a solid 20
Yeah, how's your evening? I stay up all night and I slept at 7 AM. And I woke up at 12.
Requires around 70-80 intelligence to actually be good, but also demands a massive FP investment on top of it. There's a total of 6 sorceries that climb above 50 intelligence as a minimum, and 5 of 18 stabs that all require a minimum of 48, being the 2 Crystal Stabs, Regal Scepter, and the 2 Grandmaster Stabs. This provides a wonderful segue into what I personally believe to be one of the most glaring deficiencies in sorcery builds as a whole. They just ask too fucking much from you. Incantations will admittedly throw you a curveball every now and then, placing Frozen Lightning Spear and Flame of the Fell God in the second Legacy dungeon and then asking you 30 to 40 faith.
Hello Zebi, welcome. Well, we basically had the same night. I slept at 5 and woke up at 11. Ah, nice. Win?
Giving someone a staff with an asking price of 60 intelligence.
Can you hear me, by the way? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Test. Is my voice got cut out sometime? We all staying up together? Yeah, we did.
Figure out how good it actually is and tell everyone. And of course it is. It better be for 60 fucking intelligence, Jesus Christ. It does make sense in terms of world building that most of the better stabs are located in Liurnia. But from a gameplay,
it's fine for the most part. What do you mean for the most part? Is there my voice that get cut off? Oh, hello. Zebil, you're from Indo? Welcome.
This only makes the somewhat
Happy Augustus
playstyle of sorcery stand out even further. Extending on what I said about incantations, a lot of players tend to have more fun with a faith-based magic build simply because there's something about the lack of needing to channel power through a wooden rod that makes you feel more connected to what you're doing. It's not too rare an occurrence to see multiple
National Day? Yeah, but we're not free.
Blade spells all use the same animation.
This country fucks.
Pebble family of sorceries all use the same.
Yeah, don't worry, you don't have to remember. This country fucks.
Dragon Communion incantation.
We're not free.
Exact same animation, just with a different colored dragon depending on what you're casting. It's a detail that makes sense, but if you were to take away the casting sigil that determines the family of sorcery you're using, a lot of staff animations start looking very, very similar to each other. Of course, you still have the full moon sorceries and the Kari and sword sorceries that literally turn your staff into an ethereal weapon, but standard spells like Discus of Light and Flame Sling, for instance, are fundamentally different from each other in a way that can't be visually represented as clearly when all your magic is being channeled through some type of instrument.
Are you eating nasi padang? Do you go in nasi padang?
Incantations are hands down the better choice. They have more variety, more flexibility across different builds. You don't have to worry about the steep requirements in the mid to late game, and they make for a much more interesting playthrough on average due to having more dynamic animation. This is a lame transit. This sucks. Of course, that's not what I'm saying. Look at how much time there is left in this video. Why don't you like doing these transitions so much? Who the fuck cares? Moving on. It's no debating that incantations easily have the upper hand in flexibility and sheer quantity of spells you can pin on your character, but an excess in variety usually yields a lack of purpose, which brings us to what I think is the most obvious weakness of incantation magic. If you were to actually look down the list of support magic, for instance, it would only take a few seconds before realizing that a lot of them are fundamentally the exact same spell, only with a slightly higher efficiency and FP cost than the one listed before it, leading to the idea that there's almost always a better version available if you just take the time to look around. When it comes to status effects, for example, incantations can very commonly overlap in what status they cure, making some significantly weaker than what they would be otherwise, and in worst cases, just flat out obsolete. Alleviating poison, sleep, and blood loss in one fell swoop is almost never going to be used to its maximum efficiency, because there isn't a single environment in the whole game outside of PvP where you're in danger of being afflicted with all three at the same time.
Gamble? Hold on. Need to activate it first though. No, you cannot. Sadly, you can.
The poison offers very little because there's an incantation accessible immediately from the beginning of the game that cures both poison and rot while only demanding 12 faith, and most healing incantations primarily just come down to how much FP you get to trade, since they're functionally the exact same otherwise. There is also a notable shortage of sacred seals, especially when compared to the amount of stabs in the game. Some would make the argument that it's a simpler approach to a magic system that otherwise feels too convoluted, but 9 sacred seals compared to the 18 stabs you're given feels very, very uneven. Most catalysts will end up boosting a specific subtype of magic if you're a sorcerer, and we're talking damage improvements of around 20 to 30% on average, so very far from insignificant. The only subtypes of sorceries that aren't boosted by a staff are the Clayman, Cold, and Primeval sorceries. Regular Glintstone magic and some Karian sorceries like Loretta's Great Bow aren't boosted by any catalyst, but there are some offshoot subtypes found in larger magic families such as the Digger and Glintblade sorceries that do get boosted. Incantations, on the other hand, suffer a great deal more. Erdtree, Rot Servants, and Blood incantations all go without significant boosts from a sacred seal. And this may not sound like a huge difference, but keep in mind the largest sorcery subtype that's left without a boost contains only 5 spells. The Erdtree family by itself contains 13, and it's home to some of the hardest hitting incantations in the game like Black Blade and Wrath of Gold, indicative of an incredible opportunity to include a seal that boosts Erdtree incantations, only to come up short. The 2 Grandmaster stabs don't boost primeval sorceries, but they do come with their own interesting benefits, such as extremely high scaling for 50% more FP, or quicker base casting for 20% more. Do you have any idea how massive a perk like that would be for certain incantations? As powerful as the Dragon Communion spells are, spooling one up feels like trying to start a half-dead Subaru. For seconds at a time, you're just holding a button down, hoping nothing comes up behind you and kicks the shit out of you. On that note, the damage on some incantations can easily rival that of the game's top-tier sorceries, which is important to note considering sorceries are a bit more known for their ability to just dump thousands of points of damage into a given area in a couple seconds. And given what I've learned about the game and its inner workings since its release, having Catch Flame on a starting class is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It is such an insanely good starter incantation that ends up performing over most others even at an end-game level, but you better get used to it because it's extremely inconvenient coming across any other reliable damage incantations unless you really go off the beaten path, giving incantations a bit of a reputation for being hard to set up, at least not until you've passed the first 2 legacy dungeons. I already talked about how sorcery starter classes tend to set the player up in a way that's much more equipped for damage, but you also have a merchant not even 5 minutes away from the first grace that sells you Crystal Barrage and Scholar's Armament, 2 of the most underrated damage sorceries I can think of, and the item needed to unlock Glintblade Phalanx and Karian and Slicer is literally like a few pixels across the map. Even the Conspectus scroll isn't exactly hard to get to if you're considering Rhea Lucaria as part of the main journey. So you can potentially have Comet Shard, Kari and Slicer, and a Failing spell just by collecting some fucking parchment. Any prayer books you find at the beginning of the game only come up disappointing, as you slowly realize nothing will ever be able to outpace the damage of Catch Flame. The Dragon Cult prayer book can be found near Liurnia's Artist Shack, and it can be looted from a random Dragon Cult knight just pacing back and forth in a grass field for no reason, so I kinda just ignored him for like the first 3 playthroughs without ever considering he might actually drop something worth having.
Haha.
Okay, so moving on to the next section. I'm not expecting this part of the video to be that stringent compared to the word vomit I just subjected you to for the past 12 minutes, but to builds that are primarily interested in casting, this might be an interesting topic. Spell chaining. Firstly, Magic Glint Blade and other Glint Blade spells are practically built to combo with other sorceries. Charging Magic Glint Blade can add a good 1.5 seconds to its delay, and you can then predict when it's going to fire and take advantage of it by synchronizing it with another high damage spell in your loadout. You can do this to a lesser effect with slower moving spells like Great Oracular Bubble, Rykard's Rancor, and the 2 Death Rancor sorceries. Obviously, there's the combo potential with the 2 Briar spells, as I think most people are aware of by now. But you can also string together sorceries in a more unconventional way. The delay on Roiling Magma, for instance, gives you just enough time to pull stray enemies into its blast radius using the gravity spells. The Full Moon sorceries also have a bit of combo potential with its slower than average speed, but exceedingly high tracking. If you're starting to detect a theme here, then yes, you are very observant. Being mindful of projectile speed and stacking spells in a way that they all hit their mark at relatively the same time is the gist of combining sorceries. Spell chaining isn't as straightforward with incantations, but once you notice certain things about how certain spells operate, you can actually find more comfortable chains than you normally would on sorceries. Discus of Light is a fairly straightforward example since it's able to hit its targets twice after a delay, and you can then anticipate the return of the disc by stacking another incantation on top of its impact. You also have spells with notably quick recovery times that are meant to be cast repeatedly, such as Catch Flame, Bestial Sling, and Blood Flame Talons. Even Noble Presence and Lightning Spear aren't terrible options as far as recovery goes, but they're more often saved at the end of whatever your spell chain is. The reason these tend to work better than most others is because they're able to be cast in succession, and therefore you can very quickly swap back and forth between them mid-combat. Although this is usually how you'll be chaining incantations together for the most part, there are also some slower moving spells like Flame of the Fell God, Whirl of Flame, and I guess Elden Stars and that shit. But if you're searching for something a bit more advanced, you can take advantage of blood incantations like Swarm of Flies or Blood Boon. Bleed procs can force a stagger on most regular-sized enemies, so if you know a certain chain of spells that can proc bleed on pretty much anything, you can follow it up with another high-damage incantation while enemies are recuperating. We've covered just about everything in terms of what to expect from either type of magic, but combing through every single benefit of each is an unreasonably tall order.
I haven't read manhwa in a while.
Brainstorming ideas for his next
but I did read.
What I can do is dedicate the final part of this video
I
to
quit
more
being a Demon King.
Positives
That's why I quit
such as the fact
being
that
a Demon
magma
King.
spells give sorcery builds easy
And it's really
access to
good.
fire damage, or how certain dragon
Like
community
really
spells
fucking
give
good.
faith users a means of dealing magic damage. This
Basically,
sort
a
of
Demon King
multifaceted
doesn't want
approach
to be a
magic
Demon
has
King
been a
anymore.
very welcome change of pace, and the days where sorcery and faith
And he
builds
become
were
a
just locked
merchant.
into certain elements of damage is mostly a thing of the past. Sorceries have been trying their best out there to break free of the stigma that they might as well be playing a point-and-click adventure game. Whether or not it's actually making significant strides in doing so is still up for debate, but at least they're trying. As a result, we have utilities like Eternal Darkness, Carian Retaliation, and Thops's Barrier. Eternal Darkness is honestly very hit and miss on the best of days, but Thops's Barrier somehow wound up in an incredibly strong position simply because it's a consistent hard counter.
Hey, what
against
happened
bosses
to
who like
Top? I haven't met
projectile
him.
spam like
Where can I
Elden.
meet Top
And
again?
there's a surprising amount of larger projectiles you can block with Carian Retaliation, such as the Glintstone missiles from Magic Dragons and Deathblade projectiles from Black Knife Assassins. Something that almost never gets brought up in the whole elemental damage debate is how certain elements carry their weight into multiplayer, and although it's still true that fire damage remains the most applicable, lightning resistance being lower by default on player characters is a detail that's commonly looked over, making Dragon Cult incantations incredibly useful in their own niche, even if the seal they're boosted by could be described as dumpster adjacent. Additionally, people commonly seek out beginner Godslayer incantations like Black Flame and Black Flame Blade, only needing 20 and 17 faith respectively, to challenge themselves on low-level runs while still being able to take advantage of a DOT effect that scales off of maximum HP. And of course, you have access to holy damage, which yes, is kind of wet, greasy garbage in the middle of July, but it has its benefits for clearing out certain dungeons because of the damage it does to skeletons and deathbirds. And revenants. Try healing when you're next to a revenant. Yeah, you thought the fire resetting frostbite tip was getting old? You're lucky I'm not saying this shit for the next 15 videos. I don't think you need a 30+ minute video to tell you that there's no real answer to this question. At least not one that's worth searching for. Sure, you can measure the two against each other, factoring in every possible facet of the experience you could possibly think of, from build variety to accessibility all the way down to how cool the animations look, but if there was an objectively measured answer that decisively favored one over the other, it would just be a boring question to ask. Both can optimally perform under the right conditions, and whereas I personally tend to lean towards incantation magic, that's obviously just a personal preference, and declaring that either is better in any matter-of-fact way is honestly only going to feed a cycle of provocation. Sorceries tend to excel in single target damage, crowd controlling, and area denial in ways that incantations struggle to keep up with, but lack
Oh
any
man, well, I have a
meaningful
bunch to pick
versatility
with
that
them. A
allows
lot of
sorcery
them
builds
I
to be
read they don't try
self-sustaining.
to
Incantations
make me
arguably
care
have
about
a
the
bit
character,
too much
rather they hope
versatility, to the point
think
where
I'm
some
hooked by
spells
the
feel
concept
very
and the
functionally
archetype.
repetitive, but
Yes,
commanding such a
most
width
of
of
them.
elemental damage and
I know what
status
you mean.
effects
Most
make
of them,
you more
yeah,
likely to be
like
prepared
that.
for a larger array of circumstances.
That's why every
Incantations are
time
when you
there's
feel like
someone,
picking apart enemy defenses with
that
class and grandeur, and sorceries are for when
really
something just
emphasis
really
on
needs
the
to fucking
character.
die. Neither solution is
It's really
correct, even if one of them might be somewhat indicative of social.
Solo leveling, yes, it's an archetype, but before it got famous, they make us care for Sun Jinwoo. That's why we like it so much. There's a manhwa that I like as well about that. Fuck. I forget the name of the manhwa. It's also really good. I forgot the name. But there's a one like they do it with they explore the dungeon with a cat, and it's very good, very nice. They made us care with the character. Alright, time to boot up L. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. I need your help, Senox. If in the stream later. I'm sorry. If you in the stream later you realize that my voice get cut out like for random interval, please tell me. I'm trying out new stuff right now, so you guys doesn't hear my clicking keyboard. Yeah. So if you realize that, please do tell me in the chat. Thank you. Character focus manhwa are rare. I feel most of them are for fantasy, and romance one are focused on the troops. I get you on the latter one. Yeah. But once they do though, once they make that, it's such a nice manhwa. The one that focus on character, you know. Do you know? Hold on. Do you know this? Hold on. So who's the author? Kirby Kim. If you ever read any manhwa or webtoon from Kanbi Kim, he's such a damn good writer. Dude. Kanbi Kim is such a good writer. Bastard really good, Home Sweet Home really good, Big Pen really good, Shotgun Boy really good. Dude, this guy is such a fucking... He fucked up in the mind, dude. Kanbi Kim. Kanbi Kim. Try to look up a webtoon or manhwa wrote by him. It's so good. It's so good. Like the character orientation. I just finished reading Buster the other week. And oh god, it's so good. Added Home Sweet Home on Shotgun Boy as well. Give Bastard a try. Bastard is really good. And it has a proper ending, and this time the ending actually satisfying. Dude, Home Sweet Home ending, yeah, it's good for the character, I get it, but it's not exactly a happy ending, you get me? It's not exactly a happy ending. Like, yes, it's good conclusion, it's good, but come on, man. Come on. But Bastard is... Oh my god, the ending on Bastard, oh my god. Oh my god, that's good. Anyway, what happened to Top? Tenox, do you know what happened to Tops? The sorcerer? Once we gave him the key? Where can we find him? I'm fine with story with not so happy ending. Yeah, I know, I get it. I'm fine with it too. I just really wish, you know, we get more for Tops. For him, Home Sweet Home. Where can I find Tops, by the way? Tops should be sitting in front of the desk. With a new spoil. Where though? I don't know, where is he? Where exactly is... I heard he will be in Raya Lucaria because we gave him the key. We gave him the academy key. Do you like my new drip? Got it. Got it. The bag, chat, the bag. American Academy, I don't know what exactly. Sorry, okay, don't worry. I can look. Very Rani like? No, this is not Rani clothes though. I mean, yes, it's a Rani thingy, but the Rani one is like... It's this one, right? This is Rani. But I'm using this. Oh wait. This is a deathbed dress from Kiya, I think, and it's really good because it has the back open. I like it so much. I very like it. I like it very much. An item here? Brilliant. Right. Can you hear my keyboard clacking, by the way? Sadness ahead. But is it supposed to be here? Where did we met him the first time, chat? Do you remember? I can hear your clicky clacks. Can you hear it right now? Oh, you can only hear it when I'm talking. Is that it? Can you hear it when I'm not talking? Hold on. Did you hear that? But at least it's better than hearing it all the time, right? Just stop hear it. Oh, I didn't hear. Yeah, but you can still hear it when I'm talking, yeah? Damn. I guess there's nothing I can do about that. Actually, that's something I want to try. Filter. Okay. Filter. You can steer that. You cannot hear it. Yeah. But if I do this, if I scream, ah! 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 See, it will cut my voice. Oh well, that's fine. Did you get Top's barrier? No, that's what I'm trying to get. Where is Top? It's gone. Hey, you, come back. Huh? Top's barrier? Why is it in a scarab? Why is it in a scarab? Why is it in the scarab? Where is Top? 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 I don't see him. Chat, what happened? What happened? He's not here. Don't remember? Oh no. Where is he? I don't see an NPC. I remember now what happened. There are two different versions of top. What? Okay. So I get the first version. Well, how about the second version? After I gave him the key to the magic school? Yeah, I did it. I give him the key to the magic school. I did it. And top is near the classroom side of gate. Oh, classroom. Okay. Full classroom. Good evening. Good evening, most secret wizard. Yes, good evening. No matter outside the classroom, is the back or definitely not in the back. Oh, it's backward? Outside? Why would he be outside? Oh, shit. Why is it always what is sadness here? Why is it always sadness? Ah! Tears ahead. Price the master. So what? I get two of them? What's the difference? Oh, that's an Ash of War on a shield. Oh. I still love the mod version of Top's Bear. Become Dante Royal Garon Devil May Cry. Yo, nice. Okay, so what I wanna do in this stream is I wanna collect every single sorcery available to me. I gotta go, need to deliver my letter of resignation. See, everyone have a nice stream talking to you. Ah, you gonna resign? Okay. Good luck. One shield, one needs magic one. Yeah. Alright. Let's go somewhere first. So, I wanna unlock every single spell that available to me at this point in time, at least. I'm gonna Google sorcery Elden Ring. Summon rock blast from the earth is Shadow of the Earth 3 DLC. Okay. That one. That one also on DLC. Explosive Ghost Flame. Drop from a dead right bird that spawn at night southeast of Apostate Derelict. What the hell is the Apostate Derelict? Concentrated Snowfield. Ah, god dang it. I say the DLC is also an incantation for Shadow the base game. Of course, it's a DLC. Okay? Fia's Miss. Obtained by defeating Fia's companion? A champion? Deproot Depths? How do I go here? I get that one. Founding Reign of Star. We have that. I don't. Okay, this one Heretical Rise in the mountain top of the giant. I know how to get to the Deproot Rise. That's a long quest, I think. I'm gonna go to this rise first. It said there's a rise in the mountain top? I don't see rise. Where the fuck Heretical Rise would be? Here. How do I get here? From here. Okay. Can I just get the final part of the map? Wait, what map? Concentrated Snowfield? Just the Legend of Invisible Bridge? Huh? Invisible Bridge? Could this reach? Damn, how do I reach that? A bow, I guess? I can't! What? I hit it, chat, but it doesn't go down. That's not a scarab? Regular enemy? What the hell, man? I thought you were gonna give me a scarab. No, I think they give me rune, no? If I take them down, another one over here. Yeah, if I take out the scarab, if the enemy, the balloon, usually I get. Usually I get like golden rune. See? I guess I need to kill the enemy first. Let's go below it. Now takes it all. It here? The enemy is not going down. Oh well. Oh well. I found the thing I'm looking for. Huh. Can I do it from here? You remember the first grace when you reach this area for the first time before you meet the X Dragon? I do remember. What's up with that? Yeah, I can't. What this? Can I? What? That guy has shield. Are they like malfunction? Ah shit, another one of these. Filing snow marks somewhere unseen. That means this is where the bridge I'm talking about? Where is the bridge then? Grace? I don't see Grace. Where? This one? What the hell? Why is it here? No way people figure. How the fuck did people figure this out? What is this invisible bridge? Don't go there. From there? I'm guessing it's from up there. Climb west, okay. Oh, it's a skeleton. What is it? I don't know where the start is. Is it from there? Oh, this bridge? Oh, I see it. Hold on, let me kill this guy. The sun will the aggro once you cross the bridge. Alright. Now what? Do I just go straight? Oh no. Okay. High row ahead. There's so many blood. Why is there so many blood? Wait, there's two ways. We can go there or we can go here. The blood come. Ah, I see why they die. That guy over there. Probably I have, but I don't equip it. I see the snow. That's fucked up. What? That's fucked up, chat. I get ambushed. I should have stopped using my sword. I'm a mage, for God's sake. He's following me. I'm sorry, chat. I'm burping a lot. Kidding me? Oh my god. Go down first. Not let's go up and take the sorcery first. A good idea. Founding of Star. Where's my memory stone? They don't got me my memory stone. What? How did I miss you? Man. The enemy in this area. We just open now. Alright, we got this one. I get that. I get the magma, Gelmir's Fury. I think I got it. Yep, I did. Glinbat Trio is in DLC. That's DLC, that's DLC. That's DLC. I don't have the normal bubble.
Loretta Nike of the Halik Tree. Oh, probably on the Halik Tree. TDT, Magic Downpour. I get that. Magma Shot, I got it. That's DLC. That's DLC. Meteorite of Astel. Drop by Astel of Darkness. Yulio Anix Tunnel. Oh, it does Snowfield. Okay, never mind. My Comet, yeah, I have that. Oracle Bubble can be found by killing one of the rolling beetles on top of a broken statue in the first structure on the right. Form a Sophia rifle with that upgrade. Okay, now we're looking for Oracle Bubble. The bubble. Grab underground over here, eh? Like, where is it? Somewhere here. Find a way to climb the pillar, alright. I hear a scarab as well. There's some ash of war. Is the scarab the... Oh, okay. Man. Is there any other way? Here? Yeah. Ooh. Press the jumping. Try jump. Huh? Over here. That guy also doing it. That guy has a pickaxe as a weapon. Nice. Did we go down? There's another scarab. What's here? Is there anything over there, chat? Is there anything over there? Nothing. Let's try to go down, shall we? Oh, silver pig fowl. You okay? Next. Dual moon, twin moon in the DLC. Raika's Rancor. Oh shit, I use his rune. Alright, chat, time to use Mausoleum. Which Mausoleum has a bell on it? Where can I find a Mausoleum with a bell? Mausoleum with a bell. Here? Is this has a bell? No, I already used this one. Shit. Can I do it again, chat? No. This is a chest. Dang it. Where can I find another one? Mausoleum compound. Is there one with a bell here? They don't have a bell, chat. The one that doesn't have a bell doesn't replicate a demigod, right? Diurna, northeast of Raya Lucaria. Raya Lucaria. All tunnel. Oh, here. Observatory item in a basement at Liurna directly underground. Of Liurna, wow. I'm looking for the one that I don't have, right? Do I get out? The winner takes it all. I hear it. God, this guy doesn't have the skull. This guy doesn't have the skull on it. Also underground, right? Manage social item there. Yeah, I get most of it, I think. Wait, this guy doesn't have the skull on his leg. Why there's so many knights here? Forget about this mausoleum. Yeah, well, this guy doesn't have a skull on his leg. How do we take it down? Need to kill all these knights over here? But you spring jump to get to it? What? Where? West of the tunnel entrance, then in west of the tunnel entrance. Oh, I see it. No! Do I need to wait for it to be closer? I almost got it. Maybe I jumped too fast. Oh, I made it. I cannot open it. I guess I need to make it stop moving first. See? Oh! It's going down. Oh shit! Now it will forever be down here. Blasphemous, right? Tricor.
Don't waltz it to the end with
That. Okay. What's next? I have that. Shatter Earth. And Rock Blaster. I think I have both of those. Rock Blaster, Shatter Earth. Yeah, I do. Rock Sling, Rancor, Star Shower, Top Spear, Tibia Summon, and Sim Form. Samurai Storm Vortex. Yeah, all I need is the one and the DLC. With that in mind, let's explore the DLC. I think I'm gonna explore the DLC first before finishing the game, chat. I decided to explore the DLC first. How do I decided to explore the DLC first before finishing the game. Oh, yeah. I might switch to Fate Will. Maybe. Because I saw some ridiculous spell in the game. The DLC. So maybe. Any item? I need to switch to Fate, just manual level up the damn Fate. But if I don't switch, my damage won't be as high, right? Also, I'm astrologer, I have no Fate at all, and my Fate is really low. So it takes a lot, and when I'm level 150 already, it's harder to level up, no? I've been here. Mushroom. Basic. Leave me alone, bird. There's a big gate. That is a bit different from intelligence. It actually relies more on your weapon level instead of fight level. Wait, really? Are you? Skadoosh blessing. Skadoosh. I abandon here, the first of the place of my body. The NPC here have a damage scaling of a boss when you reach it first time. It is. Look at me. I'm almost dead. Halo Nico. Ramai. Yet we get Grace. Exploration. The array is so big. Opinion. Like, it's really fast. Something here? Hello! Partusikun to Neko, by the way. Neko is the one lending me the game. I don't have the game. Family sharing with Neko. Damage scaling of the enemy isn't actually on enemy. The depth simply put negative start on the player until you find Skadu's blessing item. Oh.
Never tarnished. I am uninspired. Formerly in service to Lord Moog, but now, like you, another soul guided by kindly Nicola. I'm hardly the steady hand I once was. My fighting days are far behind me, which is why I have chosen to dedicate myself to investigation, to discern.
Skadu is on English for shadow, by the way. Skadu 3 just been a shadow 3.
To a new master, unless I know that I can be of use.
Full English.
Hello there. Together.
Can you guys hear me? I believe. Please internet 700.